What's up, guys? This is Anthony coming with a review of the new Strider, and no, it doesn't look like this. I just love this Strider so much that I had to use it for an intro because, let's face it, this Strider 2 was just great, and if you never got a chance to play it, then I'm sure you can go on the internet and quote-unquote find it, but enough of the nostalgia. Let's go ahead and get right into this review. Still, enjoy a little bit of footage of Strider 2 because, you know, it's Strider 2. So, the story is nothing new if you've played the older Strider games, but it's been rehashed for more younger and more modern players. So, Grandmaster Mio has pretty much taken over the world in the year Mio 0048. And Strider Hiryu is the youngest to reach Special Class A, thus it stands to reason that he is the only person who can stop Grandmaster Mio. I'm not sure what the qualifications are to say, you right there, you can stop him, but it's pretty much certain that our Strider here, you can stop Grandmaster Mio. And that is your job. That is the story. Moving on. So in this Strider, you start off pretty weak. All you really have is your slash attack and a jump. That's it. But as you go on, you get your special moves like your slide attack, you get your double jump, you get your special options, and if you are really good at looking for special items, you know, special drops or bonus things and all that, you will eventually grow your life bar, which is in plain sight tells you you should probably look for more life ups because you start off with a pretty measly life bar. Same thing with your special options bar, which is the red bar that they've introduced into the game that lets you use things like your eagle and all that in battle. Now, sometimes the controls get a little clunky when you are wall climbing. Sometimes you will either lose your place and have to start all the way over, or you'll flat out die depending on the circumstance, because there are some places you have to very carefully jump from wall to wall, and you have to do it in specific timing, but that particular mechanic will get you killed. Other than that, the difficulty, it can spike randomly. Sometimes, you know, mowing through enemies is pretty easy, but then next thing you know, you're fighting off 10, 20 enemies at a time, some with sniper rifles, some with laser rifles. You never know what's really going to happen, and usually you get overwhelmed by the numbers. Sometimes it's just because your enemies are a little better than you and you don't have the tools to stop them. But then you get the tools and it's like, okay, now I'm coming back, I'm going to kill you all. Now, as far as the boss fights, well, they've never really been a challenge, at least in my opinion, in any Strider game, and in this one it's not that much different. The bosses, once you learn the pattern, you can pretty easily mow through them. But all in all, I can't really complain about the gameplay. It plays pretty smooth, and yeah, it is not too frustrating, but it's worth the play. So just in case you haven't been paying attention for the majority of this review, this game looks amazing. I mean, I have nothing bad at all to say about the way this game looks. The only thing I may even complain about is Strider's weird laser scarf thing, but even that's just a small gripe. This is a great looking game. I was blown away when I first turned it on and saw all these different colors and all the particle effects, you know, if you're playing on the PS4. I've seen so much footage of this game, and the way it looked was part of what got me really hyped about this game. And in case you are one of those people wondering, well, is there a huge difference between the next gen and the last gen ones? Well, yes, there is a difference. You know, if you look for the specific gleams and the particles and all that stuff. As far as the audio, for what little voice acting we get, I can't say it's bad. It's, you know, it's the Russian guy is a little cheesy, but other than that, I'm pretty satisfied with that. My only gripe audio-wise is probably the music. How sometimes it's not there. You know, sometimes, I mean, you hear that it's there, but it's not really a presence. You know, or if it is there, it's kind of like, this music could be better. It's whatever. But other than that, its audio video presentation is pretty top notch. So here we are with the TLDR version of everything I've said thus far. If you are a fan of the older Strider games, then this game does not disappoint. This game is awesome. There are some flaws with it, of course, like the jumping around mechanics and, you know, those random difficulty spikes, but let's face it, those just seem kind of in the Strider fanfare. But, you know, for those of you who have never played Strider before, those are things to look out for. You will get overwhelmed. There will be times where you're just shaking your head, wondering, how am I supposed to get through this? But don't worry, the game never gets so bad that you cannot get through it. Just stick with it. Now, the only other gripe I have that I forgot to mention were the loading times. If you hate long loading times, then this will irk you. You know, and I mean, some loading screens at least give you something to look at, but, you know, looking at just loading gets a little tiring. But I feel like it's worth it because once you get through, you get right into the action. You get to hack and slash your way through hundreds of enemies, and it's just a great time. So don't let that deter you. Get this game, and if nothing else convinces you, look at what you're looking at. You get to climb and ride on a mechanical dragon. Name me another game that lets you ride on a mechanical dragon. Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, I'm not gonna wait that long. Just get this game, it's pretty great. And yeah, mechanical dragon.